Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Midnight Musings. I know it hasn't been very long since my last Midnight Musings, but there was things going on that I had been wanting to talk about once they were more official, so now I finally get to talk about them and I'm really excited about that. Hopefully I'm able to get all of this recorded without too much background noise because I don't know what it is today. There's been so much heavy air traffic. There's been a lot of loud vehicles driving by. It's been super windy because we just had a bunch of rain. My dog is in the background being a baby, so you might hear him too. I don't know. I'm sorry about that. I got some cooking simulator footage going on right now for the Sandbox Mode for the baking one. I know I've used this one before, but I just thought that it was appropriate because I've been doing a lot of baking lately in my real life. It's a hobby of mine that I enjoy being able to do, but I don't get to do it very often. So having a chance to do a lot lately has been really nice. So yeah, first and foremost, I wanted to make sure that I got this right off the bat so people heard about it. There's something that popped up on my radar. It's a new nonprofit that is in the works. They're just getting started, so there's not a whole lot going on right now, but I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on it to see how it goes in the future. And I definitely recommend that my audience, anyone who is against MLMs or other unethical business practices, keeps an eye on it. So this nonprofit is called the Foundation for Ethical Business Practices. They just got their, non-exempt status, officially recognized nonprofit organization. So, really new. But this was basically founded from the Anti-MLM movement. If you look at the board of directors on their website, there are some familiar faces if you're really in tune with anti-MLM content. I'm just going to read their mission statement that I wrote down here. They say that their mission is to provide consumers and small business owners with access to ethical business resources and education. So yeah, I think that is a really awesome cause. Also right now, I know that they are actually looking for volunteers to fill a few of their board positions. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be posting their link tree down in the description, which it will take you to their website, and also a link if you're interested in any of their hiring positions. I forgot to write down the positions they were looking for. I know one of them was a secretary position. I really should have written this down. I'm sorry. But yeah, definitely go check them out. And if you have more interest in those positions, I will try to make sure to remember to write about them in the description. So yeah, that's really cool. Good on them. I'm really excited to see where that goes. And with that out of the way, I'm going to be going into the personal stuff because I have some great news to share. The first thing is something that I actually alluded to in my last episode of Midnight Musings, but it wasn't quite official yet, so I was holding off on some of the details. But basically, I got accepted for a new job, and I'm going to be starting that really soon. As you guys may know, I think it was in August last year, I accepted a position for working in a local restaurant after I'd stepped back from working somewhere else. And I think I knew right from the get-go that even if I was feeling great about that job, that I didn't want to do it forever. I don't think anyone really wants to, work in a restaurant forever unless they're actually a cook or something, unless that's their profession. But for being someone who's doing hostess duties and working the to-go counter, it was a means to an end, and I knew that that was not my life ambition. I still am not entirely sure what my life ambition is, but I felt like I could do something that was a better fit for me. I just wasn't sure what it was yet. And, that position just didn't really end up working out. I'm not gonna go into the whole spiel about exactly why it didn't work out, but sometimes things are just not a good fit, and that's okay. But this position I was looking at that I ended up getting accepted for, I don't know if you can hear the siren in the background. But this is a position that I was accepted for is, let's just say I'm trying to find a way to phrase this because I don't want things being super easy to narrow down. I don't want to give away too much personal information about my life. You know how the internet is. Let's just say that there's a lot of performance venues in my area. Like, off the top of my head, I can think about maybe like 6 or 7. So yeah, something like that. And one of these places was looking for both volunteers and paid workers to do front of house stuff, basically. And I am someone who has really been kind of into like the performing arts and things like that for most of my life. I was a theater kid, and I've also done help with more behind the scenes stuff before, like with one of the local theaters. I did help with like costuming. I did choreography once, even though I'm not a very good choreographer because it was for a smaller show. I did a radio promotion once. I've been on the board that planned one of the bigger productions a few years ago. So yeah, I really enjoy things like that. I just haven't been able to really get involved in the past few years because different things in life got in the way. So being able to work in that environment again, I think is going to be a very good fit for me. And I'm actually really excited to get started because this feels like it's just like, given everything in my life right now, this feels like it's the perfect match where I want to be right now in my life. So that is, it feels very good to be able to say that I am going into a job position that I feel is a good fit, you know? So yeah, I'm happy to share that. And then the other bit of good news that I wanted to share is my husband and I, we have been fortunate enough to be able to get a new car. It's not like a new car, it's, you know, a new used car, but it feels like the perfect time to be doing that right now because we have a truck that we got from someone when my husband's old car just, it was breaking down and it was becoming a danger to drive at all. You know, it was like, oh, if I drive this, it'll blow up, you know, kind of situation. And we were really sorry to get rid of that car, but the truck, it worked at the time. It was something that was available for a good price when we needed it. But the fact of the matter is it's a total gas guzzler, which, you know, right now with everything going on is not great. Like, let's just say it'd be like $100 a week to fill up, maybe even more with current gas prices. So having something that's a bit more fuel efficient right now is, I would just call it a blessing, really, honestly. And honestly, that truck, it's constantly needing repairs and it's so expensive to maintain. So getting something that is in better condition and is easier to drive, that is really good. I'm sorry, I am like spacing out and forgetting how to say words right now. I think one of the best things about it is our car before the truck was like a Honda CR-V, and my husband missed that car so much. And what we ended up getting is another SUV type truck, so he's like really happy to have something like that again. And I, of course, am happy for him. I don't actually drive myself for medical reasons, but I'm happy that my husband has something that feels really good for him. And I personally just love the car as a passenger. So that is just having both like the job opportunity come up and being able to actually get a new vehicle for us at the same time, it just feels like we're finally getting like a bit of good luck in our lives. You know, it feels like a storm has passed and better things are happening right now, because we had this period of a lot of stress in our life and reevaluating friendships, and we had that period where someone hurt us deeply, and we've been trying to heal from that and learn from that. And it's gone from, you know, that really stressful period of our lives where we were dealing with that to finally having our luck turn around. That is just an amazing feeling, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, because I know I come on here all the time complaining about shit, and now I can come on here and be like, hey guys, I'm not complaining for once. Here's something great that's going on, and I want to tell you about it. So yeah. That being said, oh yeah, I was gonna complain about something. Not really, but it was just more of a heads up, because I actually originally had a video recorded that I wanted to get out talking about an idea that I had, but I had so many technical issues with the audio, and for the life of me, I couldn't figure out how to fix it. So I just ended up kind of like just dumping that video because it wasn't super important anyway. But basically the gist of it is that I was trying to come up with ways to increase engagement on my channel, kind of flesh it out and add more types of content to it, and also possibly, I don't know, even use some things as an incentive for subscribers. I don't know. But one of the stupid ideas that I had was, I have a bunch of old writing from my youth, including I actually have oh, sorry, I need a moment. I actually have a copy of a story I wrote when I was 13, back when Twilight was super popular. Like, this was middle school, and I wrote a story that was supposed to be a vampire romance. I can't speak. It's supposed to be a vampire romance novel written by someone who didn't know anything about writing or romance. And this is like something that I pass around in my inner circle. Like, we like to get together, get drunk, and do drunk readings of it all dramatically. And I thought it might be fun to share with that, just to like look back and reminisce and laugh at this terrible cringy art piece. But I don't know if that's anything that anyone on my channel would actually be interested in. So I was just gonna like present that idea to people and see what they thought about it. I had this whole video about it, and you know what? Fuck that. I'm just gonna bring it up here, and yeah, if any of you guys are interested in that, let me know. Otherwise, just forget I said anything. Okay, I think that's all I really wanted to talk about. Have I really only been talking for like 14 minutes? Oh my god. So yeah, I think that'll be it for this episode. Pretty short, but you know, didn't have a whole lot to talk about. So yeah, make sure to check out the link to that foundation that I'm going to be putting in the description, and I will see you guys around. Take care, everyone.